Please welcome the baddest woman south of the equator, Chris Cyborg. Please welcome the sensational women's face of MMA, Gina Conviction Carano. I'd like to begin with Gina Carano. Gina, I'd like you to make a couple of opening comments, and we'll follow up with some questions after that.
Okay, everybody knows I'm not too good at public speaking, but I am so humbled and blessed by this turnout. This is amazing, and thank you all for coming out. This is it just makes me just feel so great inside that you guys are here to support me and Cyborg and this women's event and the 4 title fights and Strikeforce. There's so many people I'd like to thank, and I'd like to thank Cyborg first and foremost because I have ultimate respect for her, and it's going to be a tough fight, toughest fight of my life, and I'm just glad it's going to happen after 2 years of build-up. Thank you to the media for covering this, because without you, it wouldn't get out to the fans, and the fans are what is keeping this alive for me and which gave me a career. So I'm internally grateful to every single one of you. Without you guys, I wouldn't have had a job or a passion, and it's really helped reach other people, showing them that strong women, beautiful women can do something like this and stay strong and have respect in themselves. And mixed martial arts gives people confidence all over the world, so you're really supporting an amazing thing. I'd like to thank Las Vegas and the gyms I come out of, Extreme Couture, and Randy Couture for being in my corner and for helping mentor me through this fight. All the Extreme Couture guys, as much a hard time you guys give me, I love you. And definitely all my trainers. I've worked with so many people for this fight, and it's almost like all of Las Vegas has come to my support. Scott Beery, Crispin Chavchavadze, Gil Martinez, and Norm Nurse, Sean Yarbrough, and all my old school Muay Thai pals that have backed me and really been there for me this time. This has been an amazing journey, and I couldn't be more blessed or humbled to be a part of this. And definitely thank you to Strikeforce and Showtime for putting this on, because it takes a lot of balls to put something like this on, to be quite frank, to put us up there and put us on the main event. And I know we won't be letting you guys down. So thank you all, and I love you.
Now, Gina, you mentioned a lot of names. One stands out in your list of names. Of course, MMA legend Randy the Natural Couture. You've recently acquired him as your head trainer. Tell us a little bit, what prompted this decision, and how has that impacted your training camp so far?
Mostly, Randy's been there for me as a mentor, because I've never really had a mentor in the sport, really. So I went to Extreme Couture to work with Randy, and he's definitely training for his fight and doing his own media stuff, but he's been a mentor to me, somebody that I could look at and ask questions and help and kind of lean on his shoulder a little bit. And I knew I was going to need somebody like that, with such a good opponent to train for, mentally, physically. He's just been a good backbone for me to kind of fall on.
Very good, very good. Let's move over now, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, and with some opening comments, please welcome Chris Cyborg.
Eu, como a Gina, também prefiro lutar do que falar em público, mas quero agradecer a todos que estão presentes, dizer que estou muito feliz por essa oportunidade, agradecer o Strikeforce, agradecer o Showtime e agradecer a todas as pessoas também que treinam comigo, Academia Chitebox, Mestre Rudimar, e dizer que eu treino muito e que quero dar o show para vocês quero fazer merecer tudo isso aqui. E estava esquecendo do meu marido também, agradecer a ele por ajudar nos meus treinos. E o pessoal de Huntington Beach, dizer que estou morando aqui nos Estados Unidos, estou muito feliz, muito diferente. Estou aprendendo a cultura de vocês e estou muito feliz.
How will your power and physical strength impact your matchup with Gina on August 15th, and what kind of result can we expect?
Acredito que essa luta, quem errar menos vai ganhar. E acredito que seja uma boa luta. Não sei na real.
Gina, two-part question. What influenced you to get into fighting, and who's going to be in your corner? Is Randy going to be in your corner?
Yes, Randy will be in my corner, and along with the guys that have backed me this far, Scott Berry, which is over there, not even looking over here, and Chris Ben Chavchavazzi, and maybe a fourth guy. What inspired me to get into training was actually my ex-boyfriend. We were sitting there one night drinking 40s of Old English. Okay, there's more to the story. We were sitting there drinking 40s of Old English, and he, and he was like talking to his dad, and he had always had a passion for mixed martial arts, like always wanted to get into it, always dreamt of it, you know, and so then he was talking to his dad, and his dad was like, well, what's the problem? Why don't you do it then? And so he looked at the 40, and he's like, well, you're not going to be able to do it with that. So he looked at the 40, and this is, you know, he put it down, half full 40, put it down, and didn't touch a drink for another year, and started training. And now he's one of the better technicians in Muay Thai that we have, the 145 level in the U.S. But just that small decision that he made impacted my life in such a great way, because then I walked in to see him train. You know, I'm still doing my thing, and a Thai master called me fat, and I signed up with lessons for him, and my life it's just, I developed a passion. I developed, you know, something that I was good at, and I haven't looked back since. So all it took was that one move from him to impact somebody else.
And how old were you when you started?
I was 21, and I'd never done anything in mixed martial arts before that, and look where we are today. So.
Go Gina.
Yeah, thank you.
By the time this fight takes place, you will have been out of the cage for about 8 or 9 months. How that layoff, or how do you think that layoff will impact you, and what have you done to limit any negative effects of having been out of the cage that long?
I guess I just don't even think about it. That's the second time that's been asked me today. It got asked earlier, and I'm not even thinking about that, because I've had, you know, Cyborg to focus on, you know, and watch her fights, and that's given me all I need. So that's all there's room for inside of me, really. I can't fit any negativity or any bad thoughts, because that's what I'll take into the cage with me. So I don't care that I've had to have a layoff. It's not gonna affect me.
I wanted to ask both fighters, when they first thought about this fight, when's the first time that you knew about each other? How have your thought patterns changed from then to the fight actually happening now?
Verdade, eu vim lutar a primeira vez aqui, estreiei aqui nos Estados Unidos, e quando eu fiquei sabendo que a Gina Carano era uma das estrelas aqui, e sempre treinei para lutar com as melhores, e sempre fiquei em busca dessa luta.
I'd say the first time I saw her fight live, I was just overwhelmed by her intensity of her style and the way she performed, and I knew that she would definitely be somebody that is one of the best in the world. And so I also want to fight the best, and Cyborg, Christian Cyborg's it. So the first time I saw her fight, I think it hit all of us like a ton of bricks that you know, I'm not the only one out here. There's plenty of other women, and Chris is one of them.